Welcome. Let's talk about vaping and how to overcome it. I'm going to break this topic down into 4 parts, so make sure you follow each part in the correct order to fully take advantage of what I'm about to teach you and how to overcome vaping. So I'm going to share my experience and my insights in the regards to vaping and what I truly believe and my truths about this topic. So each section of the video will have a practical step and an educational insight into vaping. So in this first video, let's talk about habit recognition. You need to understand that this vaping is a habit, and it's an unconscious habit. We're unaware of how often we're doing it because it's become a habitual part of us. It's become a habit. So you need to understand that habits run from the unconscious ego mind. We are unaware of these habits because they take no conscious effort. It's like brushing your teeth. You go and brush your teeth, you don't really think nothing of it. It takes no conscious effort. It's just a habit that you do every day. So you need to understand that this vaping is a habit that you need to become conscious of. The first step is to identify the habit. You need to take this unconscious habit and you need to make it conscious. You need to start paying attention to how often you are vaping and start becoming aware of this habit. Remember, we are not stopping the vaping in this step. We are merely monitoring the behavior of vaping. So carry on as normal. You are vaping, you're not stopping, you're just monitoring and becoming conscious of when and where you are vaping. This takes a conscious effort on your part. You need to start paying attention and identifying when you are vaping, when you are getting the triggers, when you are getting these cravings, and where you are vaping. Are you vaping in the office? Are you vaping in the car? Are you vaping in the toilet? Are you vaping while you're watching a movie? All these things. When you start becoming consciously aware of this habit, you'll start to recognize patterns and triggers. You'll start to identify defense programs that will start running and why you're justifying the vaping. You'll start to recognize how much effort it takes to keep this habit going, because right now you're unconscious of the habit. You're unconscious of how much energy and time and money and resources is taking from you because you're unconscious of this habit. But once you start recognizing it in your conscious, you'll start to realize that how much energy is taking from you. You have to keep up with the habit. You have to go and buy the vapes. You need to keep the flavors. If you're not using disposables, you need to get new coils. You need to spend money on all these things, and you'll realize how much effort it's taking to keep this habit going. So the practical step to this would be not only to recognize consciously when and where you're vaping, but also monitor, write down when, where, how often, what are the triggers, everything. Start monitoring, start writing it down, and start to recognize these patterns and these triggers. So this would be a practical step of writing it down. I would carry a notebook around with me or a phone and just type in your notes. But this monitoring part is very crucial. Is start becoming aware of this habit. So this practical step I would write down and repeat every day to yourself. I will monitor consciously when I'm vaping, where I'm vaping, and my triggers and cravings. When you repeat this, you're creating an auto-suggest in your conscious awareness, and this will basically create a habit of the habit. You'll create a habit of monitoring your habit of vaping. The key point to remember is we're taking this unconscious habit and we're making it into a conscious habit by having a practical step of monitoring this habit. You'll be consciously aware of this habit. The more you'll start to recognize how much it's controlling you, how much energy and effort it is taking on your part to keep this habit up. So that's it for part 1, recognizing your habit. So no stopping the vaping. You're not quitting, you're not altering the behavior of vaping. You're just merely monitoring your behavior and catching yourself when and where you are vaping. So this is the first step. So be sure to check out part 2, where we will be exploring the physical and mental effects of vaping. So this is it for part 1. Good luck, get monitoring, and I'm wishing you all the best. Goodbye.